Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Merethah's here with us today, and Cleester is coming along with us. And so you see our topics. Mine is, what is it? Lose the negativity, unload the negativity. And it's a continuation uh, of Tuesday's show. And Maretha, what is yours?
Mine is don't settle for less than you deserve.
Don't settle for less than you deserve. And please is, let me wait till it comes. Can you feel two emotions at once? Wow. All of these are very interesting, very interesting. And we will pray. Dear God, as we sit before you to speak, we pray to you that our souls you will keep. And if we should die before we finish, we pray to you, dear God, in the name of Jesus, that any outstanding sins will be forgiven. Amen. Hello,
Amen.
everybody. Hello, hello.
Ta-da.
Thank you for being with us. It's such a pleasure to have you with us on Point of View today. And Maritha is going to start us out.
Yes. All right. So today, like she said, my topic is don't settle for less than you deserve. And this is spiritual life. It's a weekly devotional that they do from gcu.edu. It's a blog. So it says, when we get frustrated with something in life after trying so hard to achieve something, we often settle for second best or good enough because we're tired of trying. Whether it's a job or a relationship, as humans, we end up settling for what is easy, but we deserve so much more. Love with your whole heart. You know the saying, what goes around comes around, meaning you will get the same thing you send out to others. If you are mean to others, others will be mean to you. Or if you love others, others will love you. Love with your whole heart and do all things with love. When you do this, good things come to you and will make others happy while doing so. Let not debt remain outside, except continuing debt to love one another. From whoever loves others has fulfilled the law. This is Romans 13:8. Do
Okay.
not accept less than what you deserve.
Okay.
What others treat us When others treat us poorly, we often think that it's what we deserve, whether it be mean boss, a rude roommate. Hi, Claude.
Sweetie.
A mean roommate or a significant other, we often think that we deserve to be treated that way. That is not true. Do not accept being treated poorly by anyone. If you love others, then they should love you the same. If you do not see eye to eye, attempt to work out your differences. Speak up for yourself and let others know how you feel. Whoever does not love does not know God, because God is love. And that is 1 John 4:8. And again, work for what you want. Remember your personal goals and your dreams. Keep these dreams in sight. Continue to reach for them. Work hard for what you want. And do not let anyone get in your way. Work towards that degree or the promotion. Keep searching for that perfect relationship. Don't settle for good enough. Work hard for the life that you've been dreaming of.
Mhm.
But you take courage. Do not let your hands be weak, for work shall be rewarded. That's 2 Chronicles 15:7.
Okay.
If your not scare you, they are not big enough. There's nothing wrong with having big goals. If you dream of being an astronaut or president, then work hard to be. It is important big and work hard as possible to achieve them. There will be no better feeling than accomplishing those goals. The plans of the diligent lead surely to abundance, but everyone who is hasty comes only to poverty. Proverbs 21:5. Do not let anyone tell you that you cannot do something. People will intimidate you and make you feel like you are not worthy of reaching your goals and dreams. But it's not true. Use that as an opportunity to prove them wrong. There will be people who will tell you that you cannot do something and that you are incapable of doing whatever it is that you are working towards. That is untrue. You can do whatever you set your mind to. Believe in yourself and be your biggest cheerleader, and you will be able to reach your goals no matter what others may tell you. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Philippians 4:13. All right, so this is just saying, don't settle. You don't have to settle for anything. If you can dream it, you can do it. I keep telling the children that I want to be, this, I want to be that. It's not too late because I'm still thinking about, going ahead and taking the phlebotomy class that I want to take, because I can go and work on one of those phlebotomy teams at the hospital. My son's a phlebotomist. What you call? And
I
I'm thinking about still
sure
doing
was.
that, and I'm thinking about doing that because I found a course at Grayson, and I also found a course at another college that I can take. And so my life is not, it's just beginning. There's challenges that we all face. And sometimes we get alone. And sometimes things get in our way that make us think that we can't. But I'm up, I'm staying encouraged, and I'm just asking, for things to happen. That's and I'm encouraged. And I know that the Lord has something in store for me. And I know that my life is just beginning. Being a and it's all there. I can do it. So I'm not gonna settle for less than what I deserve. Just like we all shouldn't settle for less than we deserve. If we're somewhere where we're not happy, life is for us to be happy. As long as you don't hurt anyone in the process. If you're not hurting anyone, if you're not hurting yourself, it's for you to be happy and enjoy your life. And I also wanted to share with you. We know we still have some time here in Black History Month, and so I had shared some inventors last time that we were on last Thursday, and I was some inventors that invented things that we didn't know that they invented. So I wanted to share this book first that I found. I was walking through and I found this book. It says Race Against Time. And this book was a reporter reopens the unsolved murders rights era. And I was reading the jacket of it. And this book here, and I started reading some of it, but this book deals with the three young men, civil rights workers who were murdered in Mississippi. This gentleman dug into those murders,
Okay.
and then the murder of Meg and Vernon
Okay.
Dahmer Sr. and then the four little black girls in the Baptist church.
Okay.
So this is good. This is a good book. It deals with a lot of things.
Okay. All right.
So I I'm sorry. I
I
apologize.
said
Did you say
all right.
something? Oh, and the author, his name is Jerry Mitchell. He was a reporter, and like I said, it's because I've started reading it. It's a really read. It has in here that were left out, that they
Okay.
tell us about. So it's really. So if you can pick it up, I bought it $4.99. It's a $17 book, and I bought it $4.99.
All
So
right.
back to the rest of our black history. So exploding 3D tech and, the super soakers and all that stuff I talked about last time. One of the most iconic toys is Super Soaker. We talked about that. George Carruthers created the ultraviolet camera that was used in Apollo 16 flight 1972 that examines Earth's atmosphere. Due to its inherent abilities, NASA captured UV images more than 550 nebulae and stars. These are African Americans that haven't been really fully given their credit for inventions that are used today and that furthered history. Then we have George Alcorn. He invented the image X-ray tech in the form of spectrometer. The thermal imaging of aluminum enabled the device to better show material composition. And perhaps one of the most influential black scientists, Ernest Wilkins Jr., collaborated on the Manhattan Project. All right.
Right.
He worked with Eugene Wigner to develop the Wilkins effect, the Wigner-Wilkins spectrum. His work also involved the design and development of nuclear reactors for the purpose of generating electric power. And then, of course, we know about our Katherine Johnson, Dorothy Vaughan, and Mary Jackson, the hidden figures. All right. Just wanted to add, I know my topic was a little bit short today, but these people didn't for less. These people went on. And because of most of
Okay.
these people that we talked about, I talked last week, because of their capacity and their ingenuity and their inventions are where we are today. The young lady that I talked about last week is the reason that we're able to sit here now, do what we're doing now, the way now. Remember that Shirley, the one I talked about last week, that invented the video and everything, that the way that we're talking now is because of
Okay.
her.
Okay.
Share that again and
All
turn it over.
right.
So her name was Dr. Marion Croak. She's the woman that did, all that. So she is the reason we're here today. I'm done with mine. So thank you for
Right. Thank you, Merethah. Thank you. Reedy is here. Hey, Reedy.
Good
Enjoy
morning.
that, Merethah. All
Hello.
right. So happy to
hello.
see you. Well,
Yes.
I tell you, they cannot do without you down there, that Sonic.
Ooh, I don't know. Hey, but they act like they can't. 'Cause on my days
Evidently,
off,
evidently not. All right, I'm
so
turning to
hey,
turn you over to Cleester. She's back.
who is that woman?
Yay.
Woman, Cleester. Girl,
Voice
I
of
just
Ghost.
had it and just lost. Ain't that something? I just had it and just lost. Well,
That's all right. Take your time.
see how that go. Okay, there you are. Yes,
Yesterday was Daddy's birthday. Yes, it
yesterday.
Yes,
was.
it
And
was.
I'm celebrating it the rest of the week on S Poke
Black
Radio.
for
Yes,
our father. Black history for
that's
our
Our.
father. Speaking of
right.
black history, since you opened that door, Merethah, part of black
Yes.
history art as well in Denison, Texas,
Yes, ma'am.
of the first black things there. And we are historical. So I'm just putting it out there because we have done things, black parades, black rodeos, black television programs. We have done once. My sister originated. Hello, original black lady, Shirley.
You see where I'm
aside from the
pointing?
school,
You see where
aside
I'm
from the
pointing?
schools, okay, okay.
Now,
Aside from the schools that like Turl School, when we had Turl, we would have our homecoming parades and things like that. But other than that, the Polk family,
yes, ma'am. That's what
Huh?
Lord blessed us to do
our
so
father
much.
was
Remember,
the first. He had the first Black Paint and Body Shop.
And he was
Yes, he
super.
did.
People would come from
He was
many,
super.
many places.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, he was. And then also
He
remember it
had
had the children's parade and the Children's Day celebration where we had our prince and princess. We had at the Snap Center. As a matter
Uh-huh.
of fact, I was the first one of us to rent the Snap Center.
Yep.
Yep. That's what I'm saying.
Or as history
We
goes
are.
back in
Yes.
Genesis.
Yep.
So
Yes,
it's been
we are full of just
Yep.
us three. We are
yes.
full of Black history in ourselves.
So
Yep.
no brag, just face.
Erica was the
Yeah.
first baby born at
Ah,
TMC prematurely that they
That they
used to ship
kept.
the other ones off to Dallas. She was
That's
the
yep.
right.
first one they yeah.
Yes, she was.
Kept Erica. Surely
Yes.
did.
She made
Oh yes.
history.
Yes, ma'am. Are
Yes. Yes.
historical in ourselves.
Oh yes.
Okay,
It's
mine
Yep.
wonderful.
is two emotions at once.
Okay.
And it's okay. Happy and sad for you. Yes. Okay. Indecision. That's they're all driven by bipolar emotions. I didn't think that was coming up. You ever felt happy and sad at the same time? Or
Mhm.
experienced emotion as there's go bittersweet. Listen to that laughing. Bittersweet. Talking to you. That's you up to laughing.
I
Okay,
know it.
bittersweet had feelings so mixed that you were compelled to vacillate between actions or reactions, or maybe torn
Mhm.
between two or more. If you can relate to any of these possibilities, this piece should help you better understand contrasting feelings can manifest as uncertainty, confusion, ambulance, ambivalence, ambulance, in a conflicting emotional state might seem rather strange. After all, how can you love and hate somebody at the same time? Or at once be attracted and repulsed by one and the same event. Yet, however, come on, say it again, paradoxical. Such experiences are universal. For at one time or another, we've all found ourselves in a push-pull situation, one that it's in multidimensional dimensionality. God dang it. Dimension, slow it down. Dimensionality.
That's right. Take
Hello.
your time.
Simultaneously, ambiguous impulse to approach an object, yet at the same time, avoid. I might touch it, I might not. I might touch it, I might not. I might touch it, I might not. Eric said, in fact, what's typically described as closely relates to such mixed feelings or emotional amb- ambivalence. Yeah, how could you possibly act decisively or even act at all? Two
Mhm.
minds are rather feelings about something. Unquestionably, the are embedded in this vexing emotional bipolarity. Excuse me, I still got that.
That's all
I
right. You
still
sounding a
got that.
whole lot better.
Not infrequently, you're undertaking something new or be put on hold because you're split down the middle in how you feel about pursuit. You may be eager and excited to start a venture while at the same time about not being able to complete it and successfully. Anxiety will give you pause for something deep inside your forces. In such instances, you're willing, at least in part, to make yourself vulnerable to certain risks because of the potential pleasures and rewards you might pursue offers. These positive may be the perfectly counterbalanced by a need to protect yourself from possible rejection, failure, or loss. You ever know it's good, you know it's good, but you're afraid to let somebody else read it because you know it's good. Then you think, but you think, well, what if they don't like it? That's that emotional stuff. Heads and tails may be opposite, but they're still two sides of the same coin. Like
Read
metallic currency, huh?
Can I, take, can I make an observation? Your light is making you look dark. I mean, because the light is leaving
Cause
you
it keep
when you.
falling. Y'all ain't see
Oh, okay.
it
Making your
keep
mouth
falling. I'm
look
scared to
dark.
touch it again. Let me see
Oh,
if I can
okay.
touch it. Let me touch it. Touch.
Ooh, look at there.
It touched it. Did it work?
Okay. Yes,
Did it
as long as you're back
work?
like that. Yes, as long as you're back like that.
Can you see me?
Oh, that's good.
Okay. Huh?
Yes. Yes, that's good.
Okay. Heads and tails are two opposites of the same coin, and are also composed of sides, though a lot more than two. We enter into but nonetheless coexist. Ironically, the tension between the parts, a stasis or standoff, altogether dissimilar of harmonious equilibrium. And I am not understanding, because if not, I can go back to my original. It's not Steiner experience of confusion largely about taken over by opposing feelings. Okay, I'm not interfering in anything attitude or intellectual, but you're confused about a person or event, it's only to expect that your cycle emotions or be caught between such emotions in a manner that leads you less simultaneously. Of course, at any given moment, will predominate over the others, and this physical phenomenon is roughly analogous to purely optical one optical illusion. In this uncanny and sometimes spooky visual experience, one forms an object vanishes from view or goes from figure to ground, from ground to figure appears. Yet neither of these perceived forms can be in at the same time, although both have equal balance. It's only alternating fashion. They exist equally, but only in rotation one another. Ah, let me provide some real life emotional bipolarity I'm seeking to clarify. By
Okay.
my doing so, the idea of how one emotion can vie with the other one for ascendance, as well as how such relative rating dominance can shift from in a nanosecond. Shirley's word a nanosecond. And it's not really a matter of two different emotion being accessible to any situation in which both feelings constitute your emotional reality or experience at the same degree and simultaneously. Consider the loving someone who can't or won't love you back. An
Mhm.
age old one unrequited love. What's the double, perhaps? The almost indescribable emotion of falling in love or being seen as one of the most positive, exhilarating emotional states. It's been characterized in terms of light, joy, enchantment. Yet also being aware that such adoration isn't reciprocal, equal power of negative emotional state.
Mm-hmm.
also difficult to describe in a lamentable intensity. Can't hardly say words that have been employed to depict such vast disappointment range from sorrow, regret, grief, and misery to heartbreak and despair.
Mm-hmm.
Woo! I just got sad thinking about that. Opposing emotions taken together can be seen as depicting an experience as, to use the term I introduced in and out, bittersweet. Psychologically, how can these contrasting emotions not bind, or at least in extremely close proximity? Moreover, it's that in their pitiable frustration, the lover experiences the third emotion toward the love object, namely anger. It might seem almost cruel to them that the beloved share or be positively influenced measurable adoring love sent their way. Another example, which goes direction, might relate to seeing an individual you deeply dislike because you observe younger, small, and defenseless children being bullied himself. On one hand, you may experience a certain gratification at witnessing this bully get what he was. Yet, if you have strong adverse feelings toward bullying in general, by the 2 or 3 adolescents older than the savagely and beating him up. Come on now. Now he's the victim. And maybe even crying out in pain. That's what he get. So you find yourself action for him. Your mixed feelings come with from not from the situation itself, justice and fair play. In the first instance, you saw the bully as the perpetrator. See him to perceive him as the perpetrator against,
Mm-hmm.
mostly with his younger victims. Now, curiously, you find yourself identifying such emotional ambivalence may have been totally and that it's completely authentic. Your bipolar feelings make your perfect sense
Mm.
as they fully in line with your most heartfelt beliefs. Boom,
Mm.
please gone.
Bipolar.
Absolutely.
That's, that's right.
Bipolar taking
Two
over.
emotions, right?
Huh? I'm sorry?
Yeah, two,
Yep.
two. Yeah, by
Yeah,
two.
bipolar. Yeah, they told me I was
Yeah.
bipolar. I said, no,
Who
I'm not.
told you?
Yes, you are. No, I'm not. Yes, you are. No.
Who told you that?
Dr. Malik told me
I
I
don't
was
like it. Yes,
bipolar.
I do. I don't like it. Yes, I
Told
do.
me I need to go see a psychiatrist. I told him, no,
So,
I don't.
okay.
If he wants to see me,
So we can have two
I
emotions at the same
at the
time.
same
So,
time, yes, ma'am.
Yes, you
and
can.
sometimes I
There it
believe
is.
we can have more than two.
Yes.
Said to you, sometimes you can have, yeah, you can have more than two.
Uh-huh.
Exactly. Yeah.
More than two.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I know I can relate because like you said, we'd be happy and sad at the same time.
Uh
And
huh.
like
Hmm.
you're happy for an occasion, but then you're sad because I'm just going to use this as an example, certain people are not here to enjoy it with you.
Yeah.
So that's two at the
Yep.
Happy
same
Yep.
time.
to
It's
see the old year. Happy to see the old year in. Sad to see the sad to see the old year in, but happy to see the new year come in. Yes.
okay.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
New
Yep.
Year's.
That's
All the things that you did in 2020, now it's 2023. That's all over. Now you start a new. Yes.
2023.
Yep.
My Lord. And
Yes.
now we're almost in the third
And you're
month of
happy to see.
2023.
Yes.
Yeah, you're happy to see.
Yes.
You know, when the new babies are brought into our family, we're happy to see them, but we're sad that the ones who that we loved before are near to see them. You know.
Yes. Yeah. Uh huh. Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's right.
Mine for
Just
today.
like I got to see, just like I got to visit with Naomi
Yes, we know
and
this.
Ellie.
Yes, we know this.
We'll say,
Oh
and we
yeah.
know this man.
Yes, and we
But
They are
know. So she
so
just gonna bring it
beautiful.
on the air and let everybody know she saw him, but we did.
Yeah, they
Happy
are
and
so
sad for you.
beautiful.
I'm so happy and sad.
we
I'm
got to
happy.
visit, got to got to visit with them. Yes.
Yes,
Oh, they are such.
indeed. That's
Oh
You
my
held them
gosh.
both, didn't you?
I sure
You
and I
held them
did
that
both,
is
them.
didn't you?
wonderful.
You know I did the family song too.
Boo.
Yes, indeed.
I did
Yes,
the
indeed.
family song. Surely did.
Like
Yes.
Yeah.
Nelly was singing, "Boo, nanny, boo,
Ah.
Uh,
nanny, boo, boo, boo." This song don't go like that. Yes, it do. No, it don't. Down if the song go nanny, boo, boo.
yeah. That's our song.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
ours.
indeed.
She just cut me off too. She just cut me off too.
So God is so good to us, and we're just thankful that we're here to enjoy each other.
Amen.
And just like we experience different things, and then we just miss everybody else. We
Yeah.
miss
Yes. Yes.
everybody else, but God gives us the strength to move on. Yes, He does.
That's
Yes, He
right.
does. And then I want to go back what Merethah was saying. Theta, that's my babe. Theta was saying that don't let anybody tell you what is it that you're not good enough. And we
Uh-huh.
can't control what people say, but we can control the influence.
That's right.
And
Amen.
we don't have to believe and let them influence us to the point that we believe what they say, because people are
That
going
is
to say this and that and the other and all that. But hey, we know what to
Mm-hmm.
do, and we just encourage everybody to do what the Lord, like you said, allows you to do, and do it the best that you can. Don't slack on it, and don't worry
Your
about what
ability.
other people think. When God has blessed you to do something, it's always going to be successful if you follow how He wants it to be. Okay?
because the
Now
haters
I'm
gonna
going to
hate.
go. Yes, yes, yes. I'm going to go into my section here. What is it? Unload the negativity. Unload the negativity. And I'm
Negativity.
in it. I have 20 points here on how to unload it. 20 important tips for protecting yourself from negative energy. And each one of us have touched on that. And this is NOMADRS uh, dot com. All right. Now, and this was last updated December 21st, 2022. So I think I got down to maybe four or something like that. So this is by Karen Ethar. And so we sometimes include, okay, now I started to read that the last tab too. No matter how happy you are in life, there's always that one person who can bring you down with their complete and utter despair and negativity. It only takes one person.
One.
Everything else could be just fine, just dandy, and then one person
Yep.
can seem like sap all the joy out of the atmosphere if we let them. And so
Suck it
many
out
times
there.
we've let them. That's right. But now we know better. We know how to deal with them. And then we don't want to be the sapper either. it's no it's normal to feel negative now and then, but sadly for some people it becomes their first reaction as everything they face in life. So if you can't avoid them, you can at the very least know how to protect yourself fully from negative energy. And we've got you covered. This is a site, okay? From knowing how to deal with their negativity to increasing your positivity. We'll look at how to identify negative forces in your life and what you can do to minimize the impact on you. Because if we let it, we know we can be witnesses to ourselves, experiences to ourselves, and we sometimes just let people zap the energy just right out of us.
Just
Right out.
Now, so that's right. What are some of the signs of negative people? And then the writer, she says, I grew up in two worlds. She said, one with positivity, my parents and brother, and my extended family, which are the pure definition of negativity. So I write this article with a lot of firsthand experience because I had to learn how to protect myself from their negativity from a young age, and it's only now as an adult that I finally have got to grips with it. You know, sometimes it takes us a childhood to get a grip on our lives because there's so many
Yep.
personalities in and out of our lives. But you know, one thing about it, daddy and mama didn't let other people have a big influence over us
Nope.
because they didn't let us go and visit here and there all the time, and they kept close tabs on us.
yes, they did.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they surely did,
Yes.
Yep.
and I thank them for it too. But even though we still, well, I can talk about myself. Sometimes I just act it up.
Sheltered.
Sometimes,
Hey,
but
sheltered.
Reading your mama outside. Okay.
what you say?
I go to it one, my friends having slumber parties, and they say, Marita, your mother's outside. Okay. I never got to stay.
Well, that ain't. Well, at least you got to go to your
Yeah,
friend's
I
house.
was
My
saying
mama
though, but
took me to the
you got to stay. I didn't
prom.
get to stay. Oh, yeah, okay.
My
Hello,
mama took in the truck.
hello, Ashlyn. Hello, Ashlyn. Hello, Velma. Hello, Laterica. Those are names I see. Thank you so much for being with us. Oh yeah, we can tell on ourselves.
Yes, took me and my friend. She took me and Catherine. Wouldn't let us have no date. She took and picked us up at 11 o'clock.
Oh yes. And if Daddy
Hey,
said, we said, Daddy, can we go to the center?
uh,
Because we live right across the alley from the community
yeah,
center.
not
And
across the
across the alley, we just come out of the backyard in the alley and walk a few yards, and we will be at the center. Or else we could
yes,
just cross over. If they had the back door open, we could be there in less than a minute. We have
yes.
to beg them. Can we go to the center?
Hey,
Daddy. Mama, can I go to the center? See what your daddy said. Daddy, can I go to the center? What your mama say? She told me to come and ask you. Go, okay, whatever your mama say. Well, okay, mama,
whatever.
daddy said whatever you say. What your daddy say? And then she
well,
would
okay, they
finally
just
make a
kept us
decision.
out of trouble.
And then if daddy said, if he said be home at 10 o'clock, he was out in that alley waiting
Huh.
before
At
10
9,
o'clock. And we better be
at,
in our yard at 10 o'clock or we wouldn't be able to go anywhere for 2 weeks besides school. At least 2 weeks. But I thank God for the rain and the hold they had on us.
amen.
Yes, so years of being around negative people can have a massive effect on your outlook on life and even on yourself. So she said, I spent many years feeling that I wasn't good enough simply because I had relatives who would drive that into me and at any chance they got until I got sick and tired of it and started resisting their negativity. And so, you know, sometimes people would come, they would live in California, they would live in different states and everything, and they were relatives of ours, probably distant, you know, like they'd be some of the in laws to our people. And they would come in, they would come from different states and everything. They have all these, be driving these nice cars and they be dressing real nice. Not to say that they didn't have anything, but I got the news. So one of my aunties told me, said, these people be renting these cars and they be saving up so they can come on vacation and to be
And
able
make
to, you know, have and I understand that. But we be thinking that they're
yes,
all, you know, rich and they have this and that. And she said, just
yes,
follow them home. But
yeah,
then that's the a point of vacation, vacate everything, leave all that stuff behind, and go and have
Yep.
yourself a good time.
Come on.
Yeah.
But I used to think that they had a lot more, and they could have some of them than
Yeah.
us, and that they were, I don't say better than us, but more of what is it,
Culture.
affluent. I don't know, because we
Affluent.
never
Yeah.
wanted for anything. We never wanted for
No, we
anything.
didn't.
But then
Nothing.
people,
Nothing.
not a thing. Not a thing.
Not
Thank you, Jesus. But
nothing.
anyway, so what she said, like some people, and then there were some people that put on airs, as we say, like they're so much better when they come here. And that's why my auntie said what she said, because some come and
Uh-huh.
they try to pretend that they're so far above us, and that
Mm-hmm.
we're not where they are and everything. And so she helped me to that. On some people, I'm not saying everybody, okay? So before you can take steps to protect yourself, you should first be clear on what to look for. Here are the most obvious signs of a negative person: being very pessimistic, always looking for the wrong thing, something wrong in whatever, okay? Always complaining, being judgmental to others, energy draining, being stuck in the past or holding on to old grudges, always avoiding trying new things or experiences, focusing only on problems and never on solutions, criticizing unnecessarily, always feeling like the victim. Even though we come across negative people all the time at work, at school, or even within our families, we don't often realize how harmful their mindset can be to our lives. Having negative parents can be the difference between a child living a full life or never experiencing new things. I've experienced things sometimes where children are doing the best that they can. They might be in sports, they might be in what is it, dramas, what is it, the arts and fine arts and all of that. And then some parents just push those children, and then if they don't feel like the children are going to do according to what they feel they should do, then they act like they're kind of embarrassed or try to feel ashamed or something like that, instead of pushing the child and telling them, no matter if they got fifth place, tell them you did well, instead of acting like they embarrassed them. We have
Yeah.
some negative parents out here,
Yep.
negative people. So having negative parents can be the difference between a child living a full life or never experiencing new things. A negative person can hold you back from reaching your goals and achieving your dreams, whilst a coworker can easily bring down your spirits and make you dread going into work. So whoever it is, it's important to identify them and then respond in a way that puts you back in control of your life. And I said, don't ever surrender yourself, your individuality to anyone else. Never,
Mm-hmm.
ever. Can you remember our
Mm-hmm.
professor said, never, ever?
Never. Ever.
Never, ever. So here's some tips to protect yourself from negative energy. Here we go. Number one, focus on the positive. So this might be an obvious point when dealing with negativity, but focusing on the positive really can make all the difference to your mindset. So see the two as opposing forces. We all go through them, but it's the one that has our attention which eventually wins. So if we focus more on the negative, that's going to win. If we focus more on the positivity, that will win. So we have to focus on the right thing for us. So give more attention to positivity, and it will be harder for negative energy to influence you or drag you down. So, according to Mayo Clinic, one theory is that having a positive outlook enables you to cope better with stressful situations, which reduces the
Mm-hmm.
harmful health effects of stress on your body. And stress can cause you to zap out
Yep.
and have strokes, heart
Yeah.
attacks,
Yeah.
what is it? What are those anxiety attacks? Whatever. They can make you
Yes.
feel like you died if they don't kill you. So just as
Yeah.
much as it can help with your stress levels, it can also counteract negativity, especially if you get into the habit of practicing positivity daily. Number two, set strong boundaries. You have to set boundaries for people. Unfortunately, negative people have a way of bringing us down and holding us back from really living our lives the way we want to. Whether it's a friend, family member, colleague, you need to put clear and strong boundaries in place so that their negativity won't influence your life. The only way to get back in control is to draw lines and stick to them on
Amen.
anything which makes you feel uncomfortable. She said, I had a friendship dating back to my college days, and she was talking about this friend. She said, every time she got with this friend, he was negative. This negative just brought her down. So finally, she told him, she took control and said, look, we can't hang out like we used to or anymore like we did because it's too negative. And she set those boundaries. You have to set those boundaries. Sometimes you don't have to
Mm-hmm.
say it like that unless they don't get the picture.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to
Mm-hmm.
break it down to them, but then, be kind to people. What say a soft answer turneth away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger. So be kind to others and do unto others as you would them do unto you. And if you have to deal with these people, ask God to give you how and to guide you when you're dealing with these people. Because some of these people, you need to get them away from you. So she said it was an easy pill for him to swallow, and he resisted at first because they will resist. They'll still start trying to come around and all of that. But if you stick to your boundaries that you have set, then eventually they'll get the picture. Number three, start recognizing negative energy in your life. An important way to protect yourself from negativity is to first understand where it comes from. Just as I did with my
Come on.
friend, take the time to analyze who in your life is out to steal your sunshine. Okay, so stop making
Uh,
excuses for these people and start figuring out if their complaints and their life attitudes all point towards being a negative person. Once you've got this hit worked out or this bit worked out, you can you can then find a way to banish this negativity so that you don't have to deal with it more than necessary. Okay, dokie. I
Yes,
need
indeed.
okay. Number four, ignore the perpetrator. As tough as this can be, sometimes ignoring the negative person in your life is the best course of action. You remember when I did my first, it might have been my first television special, and I invited certain people. And so here comes one of these people along trying to tell me how to do my television
Your
show.
program.
You remember
Yes.
that, Rita? And
Oh,
was it
yeah.
you that said, Shirley, you just looked right through her. I mean, trying to
yeah.
direct me, and she never ever. Some people come in and try to take over, and they will take over if you let them.
Yes.
Ignore the
Yes.
perpetrator. Ignoring the negative person in your life is the best course of action. If you know you'll be stuck with them for a family meal or office meeting, do your best to avoid even looking or speaking to them. That sounds harsh, but sometimes you have to. And then even like when you sit beside people in different places, and some of them just talk and they just complain about this and talk about this person, that person, and all of that. We've all experienced that, I believe. The more you starve their attention, the easier it'll be to stop them from focusing their negativity on you. So if you can, you can even go as far as pretending that they're simply not there. It might come across as slightly rude, but ultimately, you have to do what is right for you and your mental health. You've
Amen.
got to take care of you. Focus on your personal power. Negative
Amen.
energy thrives on people who lack strength, power, and control over their lives. That's not to say that strong people can't also be affected by negativity, but they'll have more skills and tools to deal with it. And have you seen some people be so cold to some people till you feel sorry for them, but
Mm,
then you know they deserve it. Yeah,
Be like,
but then you
wow.
they deserved it.
yep.
So and so
Yeah.
uh, yeah. So let's see. A sense of self assuredness and confidence means that you have more trust in yourself and can deal with negativity in a way that suits you. Number six, be clear on whose energy you're feeling. Now, this is something, sometimes it can be tricky.
Yeah. Amen. They
Clear
will.
on whose
Yeah.
energy you're feeling. If you feel
Yep.
negative, make sure you haven't absorbed it from someone else. You need to work out whether it's your problem or someone else's. Have you ever been to like these people have these, they call them workshops and motivational speakers, but then you
Yes.
know before you go in there, they're trying to sell you something.
Something.
And you
Yes.
know that is not worth what they're asking for.
Amen.
And then you go in there, they have these motivators in there, yeah, 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 yeah. And then you're like, I know this is nothing but a scam, but they're still trying to get you, yeah, 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 yeah. And when
Mm-hmm.
people see you, then they're watching you, and then they get excited too, most of them.
Yep.
Now,
Yep.
I've been in that thing, and so I try not to let those things get me, but I don't go in
Yeah.
trying
Yeah.
to.
Yeah. And them are the ones getting paid. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
That's
Yep.
right. And so, I know people have a right to promote their products because I promote mine too. But I try to put out a product that's comparable to the hype that I give it. But then some people, when you go to these things, they're going to ask you to sign up for something. So whilst we try to be a good friend to others or be a shoulder to lean on, sometimes their negative mood can pass on to you without you even realizing it. Sometimes you end up crying and they go on about their business,
Yes,
but their burden,
indeed.
but their burdens are not for you to shoulder. So after offering support to someone who is negative, make sure you don't let their energy ruin the rest of your day. Number seven, remove yourself from the situation. Now, I talk about this. I will move myself. I will remove me from a negative situation. If
Me
ignoring
too.
negativity doesn't work, take yourself away from it. You owe it to yourself to be surrounded by positivity, to be around people who have zest for life and love living. Even if you feel awkward walking away from a group of negative people, what do you have to lose? If their energy field is affecting you, you won't be doing yourself any favors by sticking around. And the longer you stay, the harder it can be to leave. Number eight, focus on solutions. How many minutes do I have?
It's only
Maybe you
53 after
Seven.
7 minutes.
okay. Okay, maybe you have a friend who is negative. You can focus on the solution. Maybe you have a friend who is negative, and rather than walking away, you want to be able to continue a friendship with them. In this case, try focusing more on solutions rather than problems. Negative people have a way of complaining or finding fault in everything. So try to counter these comments with simple solutions or positive comments. Have you ever had someone to try to bring up stuff from years back when they know you
Oh,
have a good relationship with someone that you probably didn't have a good relationship many years back, and
yep.
then
Yep.
someone tries to bring up the negativity that existed between you and that person many many years ago, and the
Yep.
both of you people who had that friction between you have gone on, you're living good, peaceful lives with each other, and here's somebody always trying to bring up the negativity.
Yep. You
Yep.
remember the time y'all had that fuss? Y'all almost had that fight.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yes,
You remember when she said this to you and she said that to you?
yes, 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 yes. Some people, that's all they dwell on, the past
The
and
past. Yep.
mess. Right. So focusing on solutions rather than problems. Negative people have a way of complaining or finding fault in everything. So try to counter the comments with simple solutions and positive comments. I know I've uh, repeated that. You might face some resistance, but it's better than being dragged down into the hole of negativity. And With patience and encouragement, you might even help them have a healthier, balanced outlook on life, resulting in a better friendship for you both. Now, number nine, practice self care. I'm not going to get through 20 of them. I might just read them without going into the depth of them. Practice self care. We know we talked about self care, exercise, positive thinking, and letting all that negativity, like I said the other day, roll off your back like water off a duck's back, or take
Off
shake
a
it
duck.
off and yes, shake it off and
Man.
pack it under your feet. And
Yeah.
then let me go to number 10, take responsibility. We have to take responsibility for ourselves, for our own feelings. We have to take over, like I said in the beginning, or close to the beginning. Don't let anybody, don't surrender your individuality to anybody. And I have said time and time again, if God wanted us to act alike, look alike, do all these things alike, He would have made all of us look like you, Reedy, or you, Theta, or me.
Well,
We'd all
he
be
ain't
walking
come
around.
far off me and you. Hey,
What did you say? What did you say?
He didn't get far off.
you.
No, he didn't. But we still even have some differences, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Yep.
That's
Personality.
Very
right. That's
Oh,
different.
right.
you know
And that's
you
what.
know my mouth is it on me. Shirley, cause my mouth give me away.
And the thing I love about it, a point of view, is that we all have our own personalities. I
Yes.
don't try to change your personality. You don't try to change my personality. We deliver the way we are.
Yes,
So take
indeed.
Yep.
responsibility. Number 10. Number 11, try meditation. We know what meditation is. Number 12, use imagery to detach from negativity. Positive things. Look at something good. Do things to lift your spirit again. Number 13. Number 14, change the subject. Yes, you can do that. Change the
Yeah.
subject. And I might change. Now, you know when I'm talking, I might change the subject so many times, I don't even know I changed the subject.
Talking about? Oh yeah.
I don't even think about that. I just go on to something else. And I have to watch myself on that too.
Yep.
Number 15, pay less attention to other people's opinions of you. See, that's it. Remember that, going back to what you said. Don't let people tell you this and that and the other. They can say whatever they want to. You don't have to listen
Mm-hmm.
to it. But most of
That's
all,
right.
if you
Yeah.
hear it, you don't have to let it affect you
That's right.
or
That's
infect you.
right.
If it affects, it'll
That's right.
infect. So
Infect.
don't
Hello.
let it,
Yep.
that's right. Pay less attention to other people's opinions of you because many times it's jealousy and envy, baby. Number 16,
Yeah.
know when to stop helping negative people. You have to know when to stop. Number 17, live a fulfilling life. Honey child, if you have
Hey.
opportunity to do, you're single, young, single and free. Go out,
Hello.
travel, whatever you have to do, whatever you
What?
can do to
Yes.
fulfill your life. Don't sit in just one place. Get out there and enjoy
Woo.
yourself. God made this great big world for us to enjoy. He did. Yes, he did. Number 18, send negative energy away. Say, shoo, wait on out by the gate. Wait on out
Get
by the
on
gate.
out.
You know
Well,
me.
now, buddy.
She said, wait on out by the gate. And then go on further than the gate. All right. Send negative energy away. Number 19,
Mm-hmm.
keep things in perspective. Keep things in
And
perspective. Sometimes your imagination, your mind, your emotions can make blow things completely out of proportion. They won't be in perspective. They have you running like a chicken with the head cut off.
yes,
Don't know which way to
indeed.
go, what to say, what to do, and how to do it. Keep things in perspective. Sometimes, after being with a negative person for too long, you might lose track of reality.
Uh-huh. That's true.
The
That's true.
life you were once content with seems dull and full of misery simply because that's how your negative companion views life. You've seen people that have hooked up with people. Listen to me. Hooked up. All right.
Woohoo! Hook
In,
up.
in marriage or companionship or significant others, and you don't recognize the person. Sometimes you cannot physically recognize people because they have changed and been so influenced
So much.
in many negative ways by the significant other, whether it be a
Yep.
Yep.
husband, wife, or whatever. They just beat people down, if not physically, emotionally.
Yep.
Emotional.
So
Yes.
the life you were once content with seems dull and full of misery simply because that's how your negative companion views life. And you can see shows and you see people that they're supposed to love each other and cherish each other, and they just psychologically beat each other down. How many minutes do I have?
It's 101.
201.
Oh, shoot. Okay. Studies
But
show
we're
that
just
practicing
on an
gratitude
hour.
pairs the use of words expressing negative emotions and shifts inner attention away from such negative emotions like resentment and envy, minimizing, minimizing. Okay, the possibility of ruminating, which is a hallmark of depression. Number 20, silence your ego. Silence your ego. So, all right, I'm done. I'm done with that. And there are some final thoughts here. But hey, thank you, everybody. Thank you, sisters.
Oh, yes.
Thank you,
So happy to
sisters.
be here.
I am so happy that you are
Happy that you're
here,
here.
both of you. God is
So
good to
happy to be
us. He's
here.
blessed us. He is wonderful. And so we will say to everybody, we love you. Thank you so much
Yes.
for being with us.
Ashlyn, see, Ashlyn Velma is who, and Becky is who I see.
Hi, Becky.
David Roberts.
Hi, David.
Ashlyn,
And I said
say
Ashley.
hi,
Hi,
aunties.
Ashlyn.
Velma,
And
that is a
Thelma.
good word. Velma used flashy. When you were saying that people come to your house and they this, that, and the other, save up. Velma used a good word, flashy.
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 That's
Yes.
right. But
Yes.
that is sometimes the only outlet those people have.
Yes,
The
ma'am.
only outlet they have. So that's why
Yes.
it gives me two emotions. Sometimes it's agitating, and then you feel sorry for them.
Yep.
Sorry for him. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Oh, we love you all so much. Rita and Thad, you want to have closing remarks?
Nope. Thank y'all
Thank
for us just being in person.
that's it.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
And
Thank y'all for being here. And y'all know that I work. So sometimes on Tuesdays I can't be here, but on Thursdays, we looking at you if they don't
oh
change the
yeah.
schedule.
Hi, Yolanda. Yolanda's here. We love you, everybody. Good afternoon. Thank you for being with us. God willing, I'll see you 7:39 on Saturday and 7 o'clock on Sundays. And we know this Sunday I had pre-recorded one and it did finally come on, but then the one I did live was a bust at the hotel. So anyway,
Oh,
love you. And don't forget to just
Love
everybody have
listen.
a
you.
Go
good
to
evening.
Pope Radio, go to SoundCloud, go to YouTube, go to iTunes, go to Apple, and listen to our music. And there's that book that about at the
Yep.
stove. Okay, we got to
Yep.
go.
That's dope.
Love
I'm gonna try to
everybody.
promote a book.
Love
Try to let
y'all.
y'all know some good books to read.
Okay,
Love
when
y'all.
you
Okay.
write your book, you have it in you, and I've said it. You haven't started saying your
Yeah.
stories by Aunt Peebo yet. Rita's got so much under her belt that she can do. And there's a book she started years ago. She said it was going to be so hot you'd have to have mitts to read it. So, anyway, I think you said that, didn't you, Rita?
Yeah, Mike and Gail read it. They thought it was
Yeah.
good.
So,
I just
we've all been blessed just like you have out there. Everybody's watching me. We all have gifts and talents that we're not using. So just
yes.
start using them and
Mm-hmm.
tell us about them, okay? We love you, everybody. Talk with you later, sisters, and
All right. Enjoy
everybody
the
Love
rest of
else.
y'all.
your
Bye
day.
bye.
Okay, enjoy it you both. Oh God, I'm calling on you. Oh God, I'm enlisting the saints
to pray. Can you hear me? Can you feel it? Can you hear it? Can you feel